I have once tried growing a fig tree. I have to tell you, I wasn't very successful. I'm not that great at gardening anyway, but I really didn't know where to place the fig tree in the garden that we had at the time. I chose a space where I thought it's going to have enough room to be able to spread out its roots, and it'll be fine here, and we'll give it some water and see what happens. It didn't last. And the reason that our fig tree died was because it couldn't access the sunshine. The sun's rays were blocked out by trees around it, established trees that were too tall. And so it was essential for the fig tree to be able to bathe in the rays of the sun, to have access to that sunlight, to be warmed in order for it to grow. And without growing, without life, without growth, there was not going to be any fruit. And sure enough, our fig tree didn't last. It died. Jesus uses a parable about a fig tree, addressing people who knew rather more about growing fig trees than I did. It was quite a common tree to have in the Eastern Mediterranean, and still is. And it's a sign of prosperity, a sign of fruitfulness, a sign of growth. And it's used in that way in Scripture. You see Scripture talking about every man, every family as it were, being able to enjoy the fig tree and the vine and the pomegranates, to be able to have enough to live on. That kind of prosperity. Not for some people to be rich at the expense of others. It's not that kind of promise in Scripture. It's a promise that together people in society will know the blessings of God. How are they going to do that? Well, they need to bask in the rays of God's love. They need to be able to root into the rich soil of God's love. They need to be able to grow, and then the fruit will come. If that relationship with Father and Son is right, the fruit of the Spirit will be evident in people's lives. Without that nurturing relationship with God, it's not going to happen. And that's what Jesus talks about in a parable that was meant to be a warning to those who thought that they were doing very well, thank you, and didn't need Jesus' guidance and didn't need his teaching, let alone his forthcoming death on the cross, to sort out their relationship with God and to enable them to bear fruit. And so this parable of the fig tree picks up an everyday theme of the world in which it was first spoken, and reminds us that you and I need that nurturing relationship with God day in, day out, so that we can bear fruit, and warns us that without that relationship, without that nurturing, the fruit won't grow, and the life of the fig tree of you and me will not survive. May you grow and thrive in the Father's love. in the nurturing of Jesus and bear richly the fruit of the Spirit.